podcast started. No! The standard is the standard. We set the standard.
That's right. It's Prime Time Beef Huddle. I'm your host, DJ K-Dub Omaha. We greatly appreciate you joining in on this wonderful Thursday night, especially after I throw out a post and people are wondering, coaches, what is going on?
That's exciting.
It is, especially with us being just a little over a month away from that first game, March 7th. Make sure to get your tickets. beeffootball.com.
How many days?
25 days till camp.
Well, that's camp. See, I like, the fans, we'll let Coach have his 25 days. These fans want to know when they could come see you live.
40 days.
40 days. Thank you. That's what we need to know. Great group of guys that are coming in. How many do you got coming in for the time?
What, for camp?
Yep.
35.
35. They're all ready to go.
Ready.
All signed, deal, delivered. Oh, man. I love it. Of course, you guys had a great event Friday.
We did. We had an incredible event on Friday that we'll be sharing some more details coming up. But for our game on March 7th, we're working every single year. We do a community charity night where we work with a local nonprofit. We have partnered up with the Sammy Strong Foundation for our game on March 7th. And I'm really proud of the NAL board of directors, which is made up of the team owners. And so coaches talked about every team is allowed to bring in 35 players for training camp. And we had a unique opportunity to make available a once in a lifetime package in which at the Sammy Strong casino night that they had Friday night at the, it was the Firefighters Union Hall that they had it at. We had an opportunity to go on ahead and auction off an individual suiting up and playing in the Omaha Beef football game. So this person's going to suit on up. They're going to go to a couple practices, probably get some plays on special teams. Maybe if we get creative, coach might come up with something on them running the football. I don't know what it's going to be, but it really was we sold an experience is what we had sold. And the NAL board of directors actually gave us the approval to allow us to go ahead and bring that individual in and it not count towards our roster requirements. And I actually got some flexibility to do anything above and beyond that. So we had a lot of great people that were there supporting in attendance. We actually sold 2 of those packages.
Ooh.
And so so those individuals both paid $1,100 each. So we were able to raise $2,200 for the Sammy Strong Foundation that, again, is based right here in the metro area that works with children with pediatric brain cancer is what it does. It gives back to families here. What Sarah and the entire staff has done is it's just been phenomenal. I still got to give Callie with Bison Heart Group a shout out for even introducing me to begin with to that organization. But we have more announcements coming up on Sammy Strong, and we'll do a really big one next week, but we'll talk about that next week.
Imagine how excited I was when Derrick Henry won the package. So no, I'm just kidding.
Well, off season is off season. I mean, why not? Well, once again, that's the Omaha Beef showing that love, that tradition that they continue to push. Community is number one. And this is just a little more icing on that top of the cake where you're giving back to a great cause that's local and things that, sometimes people forget about. Unless you're in the situation, you forget about these things. And when you're dealing with youth and stuff like that, it really hits hard, because of course Nebraska as a state has already had, Jack back in the day that unfortunately has passed away with him and his dad, and brought that stuff more to attention. So I greatly appreciate you guys taking a few pictures. I like the funny ones and I like the serious ones.
We had a good time.
That suited and booted all up.
Got me in a tuxedo.
When's the last time you see the tuxedo?
Wow.
Yeah, you can't even calculate.
It's a long time.
Well, you know what we do. We got our first guest coming up after this quick commercial. We're going to go ahead and bring on our show sponsor. but we'll be right back.
Hi, Sean here with Just Good Meat. And we know the holidays are filled with family and fun, and this year we've got your holiday meal covered. Farm fresh turkeys, $2.99 a pound. Smoked turkeys, $4.99 a pound. Old-fashioned dry cure hams, only $4.99 a pound. Try our delicious bone-in or boneless prime rib on sale now. Our bacon wrap fillets, only $7.25 each. Steak gift boxes, all on sale, perfect for anybody that's on your list this holiday season.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from Just Good Meat.
That's right. That's right. We greatly appreciate Just Good Meats. But of course, Ricky, I love when you do some introductions because these are your partners that really hit home with you. Who do we have on today's show with us?
Well, we have our official team chiropractic care provider. They do more than that, which we're going to discuss, but we have Dr. Fisher and Dr. Scholl. So I appreciate both of you getting on the podcast and joining us this evening. I know we have a lot of our players that we've talked about you guys on our Zoom meetings and calls and stuff. So Dr. Fisher and Dr. Scholl, thank you for joining us this evening. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. So look, I'm going to tell you that every now and then, not every now and then, I guess, we really focus on the quality of what we have to offer our players, and make no mistake about it. We've been very successful the last 5 years, and the quality of care that we can give our players is really what's kind of helped elevate us to a whole nother stratosphere, another level of success. And I know that our partnership coming up with a Young Chiropractic and Rehabilitation Center, got to throw that out there as well. I just want to say young guys, I apologize. But, you know, I actually got to know Dr. Fisher for a better part of a year here now, working with them in some stuff outside the business realm, you know, but then actually going there, taking a tour of their facility, them actually having some new state-of-the-art things that they're going to be even offering our players even more. So as great as we've been able to take care of the players on and off the football field, our partnership with them is really going to magnify that and allow it to, I mean, I am expecting us to take our field of play to the next level on top of all that. And Coach, I'm sure you're upset about that, hearing about that, because you were over there with me as well when we were going over the partnership.
Yeah. So this is one of the things that, you know, when I rave about the organization, tell, you know, the world that I work for the Yankees, it's one of the things that I talked about with Ricky when I first got here is just that I wanted us to have a program mindset, right? And that includes what we do from a care and medical piece. You know, a lot of times, and it's no slight on other organizations, but the reality is the injuries are the only thing that really matter, right? Like you get hurt, now you workers' comp, and you get them fixed. What we're doing here is, in my opinion, in 2026, and what we're going to continue to expand on beyond this season, and Young Chiropractic is going to be a part of it. We're revolutionizing overall medical care for players. I think we're doing things that no organization has ever done, and Young Chiropractic is a piece of that. There's a bunch of other things coming up that you'll hear about in the upcoming weeks, but I'm just so excited to have them on board. Their facility is state of the art. What they do,
they have 2 locations, by the way. Yeah, they have 2 locations.
What they do, even outside of just chiropractic care, is pretty awesome, and it's just a testament to what we're trying to create, and having them fully vested in what we're trying to create in this overall care program it's just really exciting.
Yeah, and I'll start off like with Dr. Scholl first. You know, and actually for Dr. Scholl and Dr. Fisher both, I'm going to break our questions up into really, I'll call them 2 different categories. We'll talk specifically first about what you guys are going to be doing specifically with the football players and the staff members, and what is it that, Dr. Scholl, I'll start off with you first, and then Dr. Fisher, I'll roll over to you after that. From a services standpoint, a quality of care, what can you share with all of our viewers that are out there right now, and specifically even our players that are going to be walking into your facility on a weekly basis? I'll start off with you on that.
So in terms of working with athletes, that generally breaks into 2 categories. The ones you're trying to prevent injury, and then the ones you're helping manage through an injury. So, you know, early on in the season, you're obviously not going to be dealing with many injuries. So the focus there would be to make sure the joints are functioning correctly, so that when they go to do stuff like plant and cut, their ankles isn't buckling, spraining ankles, stuff like that. Getting stuff into alignment so that the joints can move optimally and prevent that injury down the road. And then, you know, like myself, I have what's called a certified chiropractic sports physician certification. So that's basically a master's level degree on top of my chiropractic education that's focused on the prevention, treatment, and management of injuries. So, we're talking anywhere from sprained ankles, sprained knees, shoulder issues, AC joint sprains, all that stuff. So,
and then Dr. Scholl, I'll say that I think you can hit the nail on the head. I think everybody that watches probably any kind of a professional sport, they say, are you hurt or are you injured, And so a certain point in time is going to come where you're going to be playing hurt no matter what. And it's going to be really the job of you and your staff that you guys have taken on in this partnership, that you're going to really kind of be able to help manage those bumps and bruises, like you said, sprain ankles and everything else before it gets worse. If you wouldn't mind, I mean, I'd say probably in layman's terms, like what are some of the things that you can kind of help and assist with that? What would be some of the treatments or procedures that you might be able to help? And I'll let you kind of go at it from there.
So, along with a lot of people, a common misconception is that we just stick to adjusting the spine. We adjust shoulder joints, elbows, knees, ankles, all that stuff. And it's not just athletes, because athletes aren't the only ones messing up shoulders or knees or ankles. So basically anything non-surgical we can work with.
I got you. And then, so Dr. Fisher, I mean, so Dr. Scholl kind of really served that one up for you on a silver platter. Everybody kind of really just thinks about, hey, it's going in and getting your back cracked, this and that and everything else. I've taken a tour of your facilities, and so as a coach Negron as well. There's, I think, really what has drawn us to the partnership and how we know it's going to be a successful one. It's going to help us year after year. We're not talking only about them playing, but what's going to happen after they're done playing for the year and really the quality of life. You guys do so much more than that. If you want to kind of touch base or elaborate on that a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So obviously our bread and butter of our clinic is the chiropractic treatment, adjusting the spine, adjusting the extremities, kind of going from there. But also we have another ballpark of things that we can help with a lot of the athletes, a lot of just the common patients. Things like our laser treatment, our shockwave treatment, things that are really going to help with the muscles, the ligaments, the tendons, kind of everything. Give it a whole picture approach to getting you feeling better, as well as, some muscle work. I know the season's a grind. People get tight. We do, manual muscle therapy, get everything moving better, get them playing better, back on the field sooner. So really just pride ourselves on a bunch of options, getting whoever's coming in, whether it's an athlete, it's an older person, younger person, just having something there that will really benefit them.
Well, and then speaking of, and you really hit the one I wanted to touch base on. And so again, I am I'll call it medically challenged,
Okay.
but you talked specifically about the laser therapy, the laser treatment, and actually the recovery time for that, how much quicker that is, which for us is massive. I mean, we have a roster of 25 players. That's our maximum roster, 21 suit up. So we only have 4 inactive guys. So I'm sure a lot of people, when they hear lasers, are going to think of Star Trek and everything else. I guess those are phasers, not lasers, but whatever, but can you kind of just touch base on that a little bit?
Yeah, I'll try to make it as simple as possible. I don't want to use a bunch of big words, but if a player comes in and they sprain their ankle or something, or they're having a bunch of inflammation, what this laser does is a targeted treatment. It's going to help just decrease some of that inflammation, promote some healthy blood flow to the area, and just get them back on the field, promote that healthy healing. Like I said, speed it up. Really just, like I said, get people back on the field as soon as possible, and making sure that the extended period of time they're out is cut down.
I would agree. And then, I'm just going to, because I'm a lot of partnerships we have, I'm fired up about this one. Dr. Scholl, I'll kind of go over to you here though. We're talking an awful lot about the players and everything else. So, hey, I don't know if a lot of our fans know this or not. I've had 9 different surgeries. I turned 50 this year, I feel
50,
a little,
man.
Well, so especially with the weather that we've had here, how it changes from, so I'm from Alaska, all right? So some of the stuff is nothing. And then I got Mr. North Carolina guy over here. Right? That is just crying about everything.
Turn the temperature up, Nebraska, please.
Turn the heat.
Yeah. So, but Dr. Scholl, if you can, though, it's for even like people such as myself, I am sitting all day. I've actually come on in for stuff with some of my shoulders and everything else. I've had, like I said, 9 surgeries between my knees and and I'll even let you talk about this. People will come on in for adjustments that they're, even like almost common cold stuff or whatever. I was actually blown away with some stuff on that. You want to kind of just give us some more information on that? Yeah.
Well, so first and foremost, an adjustment it's going to get the blood flowing, going to get your lymphatic system moving to help with cold, flu, all that stuff. And like such as yourself, someone that's had 7 surgeries, we've really
nine. Hey, don't cut me short. You cut me short by 2. 9.
My bad. We're having really good success post surgery for management. With scar management, help expand that scar to help increase range of motion, stuff like that, and a little more targeted healing. Again, like Dr. Fisher was saying, to help really bring that blood flow there and help the tissue heal faster. I know myself, I've worked with 3 post labrum hip surgery patients, and there's a refractory period in there post surgery to where they can't start physical therapy. And by the time they have started physical therapy, the PT has already noticed a 50% improvement. So
50% improvement.
That's crazy.
And that's what we want to bring to the players, obviously, speeding their time up so they can get back on the field, obviously, with the smaller bench. So something we take pride on for sure.
And even without the injuries, one thing the players will notice, especially if they haven't ever been adjusted before, because you'll run into that. It really cuts down on the recovery time after games, in between practices, all that stuff.
So Dr. Fisher, Dr. Schultz, first off, let me reiterate my thanks for what you're doing, partnering with the team for this year. Again, it lends to the most important thing to me, and that's making sure our players are taken care of. And so I can't thank you enough for that. I think we're going to have a great year and many more to come. I want you to do this for me, for our viewers, because before I got into pro football, didn't necessarily know or understand the value of chiropractic care. So, of course, our viewers, we have, your day-to-day individuals, your blue-collar workers and so forth. If you could just give an abbreviated depiction of what it's like for a layman person to come into Young Chiropractic and test chiropractic care. What's a first-time visit going to look like? If I'm somebody that doesn't know anything about the benefits of seeing a chiropractor, what's kind of a first-time visit going to look like for me if I don't know what I'm walking into?
So typically you come in and, you mark your area of complaints, and we go over full orthopedic, neurological, range of motion assessment of those areas. And then unless you're pregnant, we're going to shoot some images of those areas. Just make sure nothing out of the ordinary is going on. To 0.5% of the time, we'd have to refer you out. Just doing our due diligence. And then typically we don't adjust day one, because that's going to give us a little bit of time to come up with a game plan, kind of tailor make that to the person, and then go over the x-rays. And then that person would come back for a follow-up. We'd go over the x-rays, go over the game plan, and get them adjusted. And if, someone's never been adjusted before, we're going to walk them through it step by step. Adjustments make some people uncomfortable, but by the time we get done walking you through it, usually people don't have any issues.
That's great.
When you look at both locations, is there something that one has and the other might not that our followers and players should know?
Well, we both serve about the same things. Like Dr. Scholl himself, he does dry needling, which is a different form of therapy that can help with a lot of muscle tightness, a lot of pain relief. And then at our clinic, like I mentioned, the one in La Vista, we also have the shockwave therapy over there, which is just a quick rundown of that. It's good for breaking up tight tissue, scar tissue, gives you more range of motion, and also can speed up healing. So that's something we have. Both clinics have the laser. Both clinics have the decompression therapy. And obviously, we both do the adjustments.
I got 2 more questions.
Well, I'm going to jump in on one, because so my number one fear is heights. Okay. Ooh. Like, I don't get on an airplane unless I have to.
You do a lot of driving. I'm not going to lie.
A lot of driving.
11 hours. But go ahead.
But living in Alaska, you got to get on planes,
Facts.
I'm never going to get on the roller coaster rides and everything else. My number 2 fear is needles. So when Dr. Scholl talked about dry needling, so Doc, I've had 2 back surgeries, and they had to do the dry needling for a period of time before they approved the back surgery. I tell people, if you've never had it before, it is like the weirdest. Like, so first of all, again, I got a massive fear of needles. You don't even feel the needles going in; they're that small, What you do feel though is when they hook up the current and it kind of shoots across, and I mean, it's like your muscles, like deep inside your body, are twitching and everything. And so, I mean, So, Dr. Scholl, if you wouldn't mind, just indulge everybody a little bit about dry needling and what that is. When I heard they're going to stick needles on my back, I couldn't see. It was probably good that I couldn't see what they were doing, but I didn't feel them at all. And weird sensation.
I'm right with you. I'm that guy that goes before it even gets there, and they're like, "We haven't even touched you yet."
So, Dr. Scholl, share just a little bit about that.
Yeah. So you use acupuncture needles. Acupuncture is a little different concept. Acupuncture more for organic causes. You're going in there measuring out finger widths, and that's corresponds with organs. With the dry needling, I'm going in and finding the trigger points with my hands, the tender spots, and we're inserting the needle in there, twisting it, grabbing the fascia. That's going to help that deep relief of the muscle. It's very effective, doesn't hurt. I probably treated over 10,000 different patients. Only had one person that I've done it to one time and they couldn't handle it again.
It doesn't hurt. It's just a weird sensation. It's just it's like a one of a kind, like just weird sensation.
The way you sound is like it's like you know that electrical ball that you would want to touch just so you see the lightning go. When you said that the shock waves go everywhere, it feels like they would just put their hand over in the width, then you just feel it different.
I'll tell you after we get off air on this what it is. It's concentrated and it's strategic in how they do it. But again, it's just the weirdest sensation. Probably to this day, the weirdest sensation I've ever had in my life. So I'm sorry, Coach, I cut you off.
You're good. So 2 questions. So, obviously we know from our perspective, the benefits and what we're going to receive, partnering with you guys. What are some of the expectations or reasons behind why you felt partnering Young Chiropractic with the Beef was most beneficial to the business long-term?
Yeah, absolutely. So both Dr. Scholl and I have, histories with working with athletes, with sports. So being able to expand that, extend our outreach in Omaha, work with high-level athletes like your athletes, and kind of show everyone else throughout the community what we can do, how we can help the highest level athlete in the area, as well as just getting out in the community and helping and getting our relationship with Ricky out there. And it's just it's a really good opportunity and something that we look forward to for a long time.
Appreciate that. And then my second question is, can I please come in for an adjustment tomorrow? Please.
Absolutely. We got you.
It's killing me. It's freezing out here. Fix me.
Where do you want to be seeing, Bennington or La Vista?
La Vista. I'll come to La Vista.
Hey, Dr. Scholl, do me a favor, right?
Extra long on the needles.
He's talking about his back, but you kind of fix this like right around here.
Not so much here
or there, but right around here.
There.
Can you help him out with that too? So
they both know who the best looking person on this podcast is. Like, come
it's
on,
the guy over here. It's the guy over here wearing a suit jacket.
I know.
I've never seen him wearing. I know. I've never
true.
seen this guy. That's special guest thinks he's got to show up dressed in special.
I know he's going to show us up, but I do want to throw a comment that someone put out there, Sheldon Brown, for you guys. He said you could be seen at Young Chiropractic. We have 5 doctors and we have long hours. Can you go into a little bit of detail of what Sheldon's trying to bring to all of our fans and letting them know we appreciate you tuning in, Sheldon?
Yep. So at our La Vista clinic, we do have 3 practicing doctors, myself and the 2 owners of the clinic, Dr. Young and Dr. Brown. Pretty much open at all hours. We open doors at 6:30 a.m. We're seeing patients all the way until about noon. Take about an hour lunch, and we're back at about 12:45, seeing patients till 6 p.m. And then at least 3 out of 4 Saturdays of the month, we're going to be open from 8 to noon. So we have options for everyone. Usually, if people call in, we can get them in 9 out of 10 times on the same day. So we want to help people when they're hurting. And Dr. Derek is also open pretty extensive hours. He's open from 8 to noon, and then 2 to 6 Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So we want to be available for you guys. Patients who are hurting, athletes who are hurting, we want to be there.
I oftentimes treat over my lunch break just to accommodate people as well. So,
hey, Dr. Derek, just so you know, not this guy. He don't miss a meal, man. If you follow him on social media, he don't.
I won't be there during lunchtime.
Yeah, he won't be there during lunchtime.
But we do have a player that put out a good question. Brantley Allen got injured last year.
I call it the French foot injury, the Lis Franck.
This was his thing when he gets up here. Maybe I can do laser when I get there for my foot. What do you think that will impact for him, and how will that help him?
It's gonna with him specifically. It's gonna really help manage that scar tissue that developed in there. Even if he didn't have surgery, there's scar tissue involved when he tore the ligaments, in those joints. So it's going to help increase the mobility in that foot and prevent it from happening again.
Yeah, but we could also do some, mild adjustments, mild muscle work to help with the, the surrounding structures, help those muscles feel a little bit more stable, as well as the joint post, sprain. So bring them in. We'll take care of them 100%.
All right. And then, of course, our great JK Personal Touch, who is always doing amazing graphics, amazing videos for us. They have a question. Did hip replacement cause? Oh, that might not have been for them, maybe.
No, do hip replacements.
Oh, do hip replaces. Yeah, cause issues. Thank you. I'm all misreading it.
All good.
Cause issues in their back.
Go ahead, JK Personal Touch. I'll read it real quick if you got it. But
we'll find out what they're talking about. But also one thing though is we were touching base on this just a little bit here. Look, I mean, we're talking about their ability to provide not only services for, I mean, we've got NFL players that are going to be playing for the Omaha Beef, guys that have been in the NFL. We're talking about top-notch athletes in which their body really has got to be at peak performance from the perform at the highest level. But it's in addition to that, though. I mean, it's the like me sitting on the couch. I mean, I've gone in with stuff with them as well. I mean, I mean, I've seen children in there, like little kids in there for a different, a wider range of services that they're providing. I mean, Dr. Scholl, Dr. Fisher, you want to talk about? I mean, I was really shocked. I mean, I grew up without any kind of exposure at all to the services that you guys provide, and I was probably just a stubborn guy for a long period of time. I mean, they talk about how long I'm driving. I'll probably get at work around 5:30 tomorrow. I got meetings till 1. I'm going to be on the road for about 7.5 hours. So I'll probably get into where I'm going into Dodge probably around 10:30 at night, but I'd sit in the car and I'm going to drive, 7.5, 8 hours one way nonstop. And for just years, I just powered through it, like my back or this or whatever, and a lot of people are afraid about coming on in because they're nervous. Like I am. I get freaked out by some of the stuff, but I learned that my fear was a lot less than me getting over what I was dealing with. You guys want to kind of it's not just the athletes. It's the average, every 9 to 5 people working shifts, everything else.
You got that desk job. You got that.
I asked that question because the old school, we didn't know.
I mean, can you guys just share a little bit? You guys,
how do you guys get people out of that comfort zone?
Right.
Is a great question. And how do you guys make them feel like they can come to your service? And also along with that, is it something where it's easy to go from one to the other, or is it something where there's paperwork you got to do at both, or is it something where if you at Dr. Fisher's office has everything for the?
We threw like 7 or 8 questions at them.
We didn't really. We kind of just giving a little bit so they could kind of open it up for our followers and our beef.
To answer that most recent question, it's completely easy to go back and forth. Like you just need to sign a medical release, but we can transfer those notes. If say one day you can see Dr. Scholl, one day you can come over to La Vista. We're under the same company, so if you want to go to both, come and see us both for sure.
Yeah. So, but real quick though, the average person walking in off the street and everything else, if you guys can just talk about that a little bit. Some common mistakes is probably waiting too long, and then again, like I said, you guys do a lot of stuff for younger kids as well. And too, can you just touch base on that for the people that are watching?
Yeah, I guess the biggest thing is like someone that's not playing sports. Yeah, they're not getting slammed into taking hits, but it's that repetitive stress that they place on their body throughout the day, whether it's sitting for an hour-long commute each way, sitting at a desk with terrible posture. That is going to take a toll on their spine and their joints and their muscles. And then what commonly happens is they can kind of feel a little tension starting up, but then they wait until the pain sets in. Well, it's much easier to get on top of it before it gets to that point to where it went on long enough to cause that pain. Then, we can still work with that, but it's a quicker fix if you come in and see us before those things start to set in.
All right. And we'll go real quick with these last 2 questions from our followers. JK Personal Touch went back with it and says, do hip replacements cause issues with alignment of the lower back? And if so, how can that help?
Absolutely. So if you think about a hip replacement, right, that means that the hip joint that was replaced was completely wore out. So you're talking bone on bone, cartilage is gone, that joint space in there is gone. So your hips are no longer even, right? So if your hips which are basically the foundation, if your hips get off, that's going to create joints that are jammed up in your low back as well.
Perfect. And then
Shannon Square, that's a great
Shannon's
question.
got a great question.
Yep.
This goes back to the fans, the ones that we want to make sure they know when they come there, they say, hey, the beef, we saw it there. This was a great question. How do I find out about insurance you guys take?
We take all major forms of insurance.
Yeah, and if if someone comes in and says, we heard about you from the beef, we'll be sure to take care of them. Usually give a heck of a deal. So if they say, the beef sent us, we'll make sure they're taken care of.
And the last thing as well, too, I mean, especially like with our players and athletes, you guys work with handling workers' comp and everything else as well, too. So I think one of the common misperceptions that people make is that they think that it's got to be specific from this and this. You actually have services that would help them from a recovery standpoint, a treatment standpoint as well, that you guys take care of and handle those on top of that. So this is really a turnkey, all in-house operation, which is hence the reason for the partnership with us with them. So.
And isn't there another incentive for going into their offices? Though we've got something going on. We got a table in there and stuff too, right?
You do, and I mean, I love you to death, but it's there till tomorrow. You know what I mean? So you got till tomorrow.
Hey, go out there tomorrow. Go.
I'm getting an adjustment.
Let's see how many you can get out there till tomorrow. Go out, check them out tomorrow.
Adjustments for everybody.
There you go.
And I want to just add one more thing to go. If you happen to just have some off the wall insurance we're not in network with, we're going to lay out your benefits and everything and tell you what's going to be the most affordable route for you before we see you. That's part of what we go over after the x-rays and all that stuff. We're here to help you. We're not here to have you rack up a giant bill or anything. So
you know what that's called? That's called customer advocacy, that they're doing in-house and not having to push it out for someone that is an insurance adjuster to make it, because they know the knowledge of what you need.
100%.
Well, that's another standard is the standard. We greatly appreciate you guys partner with the Omaha Beef, and we appreciate your time tonight, and thanks for joining the show.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Doc.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
guys.
Thank you, guys. Excited for kickoff in March.
Oh, yes. March 7th. Here we go. Make sure to get those tickets, beeffootball.com. I'm telling you, it's going to get sold out. But until then, we're going to go merch, and then we got some big announcements coming up. We'll see you on the flip side.
team, Coach.
Welcome to the team, Coach.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. We're now live on the picture. Coach, first of all, I just want to say how, what did it mean to come to Omaha? And obviously you've had a relationship with Ricky. You see what Ricky does here in Omaha. How did that kind of come together for you?
It was something that I wanted to do for quite some time. I just we didn't have the avenue how to do it. And once it came available, it was very exciting for me to do this. I mean, an organization that I've been competing against since 2019, and and what Ricky has done and the organization has done for this city, and what we've even learned in when I was competing against him, it's just something that you got to take and use it. And then when I had the opportunity to come here, it meant a lot to me, especially with the organization and with what they've built here.
The only thing I want to say is, one, I like you got some rings. I got one, thanks to Ricky and the team. But two, I'm kind of pissed off that no one told me when I saw him the first time. Let me say that loud and proud. How did I was at the event? You know who told me today, though? You know who told me today? Carver told me today. He knew who this guy was, and I just see him around Jeff, and no one says one word. He's just there quietly. He's helping. He's asking what he could do. And not one time did anybody go, hey, Kendall, here's Coach.
Yeah.
But he met Carver. No, it's cool. I mean, why would you? No, I'm just the host, guys. I'm just the hype man. I will see when I see he is live here. I mean, I walk in. The only one I see in the office, so I'm still kind of awkward. I'm like, oh, hey, how's it going? And he's probably like, ooh, I've seen this guy, but
no,
it's
okay.
okay.
I know who you are. So,
oh, man, it's okay. I'm just a low man on the totem pole, and I accept my role. I love it. The responsibility. Thanks again to
Ace Rentone
in Omaha. Make sure to tell them we appreciate their set that they have allowed us. Coach, you talked about bringing in some extra help, and his experience is obviously there. He's got rings that you and I don't have. We don't have 2 rings.
That's right.
What does that also add for you of just the knowledge of winning and adding to, the program that you're trying to build here?
Again, this is where I think sometimes, coaches make mistakes. Look, I have an ego as much as any coach, but I'm also very aware. I'm still in the young stages of my career. It's smart to align yourself with people that know the game, right? And I think any credible coach will tell you that you win because of your assistant coaches. I mean, that's they all contribute to this overall puzzle piece, and I want to be aligned with the best. I want to win. Look, I've never ever discounted the winning here in Omaha. Never. The team consistently is in championships, competing for won 3 out of the last 5. But there's a way that I want to win in 2026. I recognize the league's elevation, some of the other competing coaches that I'll be going up against. So I want to make sure, and this is the thing I love about Ricky. He will give me all the resources I need to win. Right? If we don't win, it's going to be because I didn't utilize the resources that were given to me properly. And so Coach Ortiz is just another resource, man. It's
Thank you.
I couldn't ask for anything better.
Well, I do want to apologize for any of those players that may be watching or maybe not, but might have sent a couple messages out to Coach when I dropped the who's the new coach. Just know that those are things that obviously we're also trying to make sure that you're seeing that we're growing. I would have taken Coach off if he wasn't a part of the program. I would have taken him off the graphic, but he was still there. It even went on his back.
I'm never going anywhere.
That's right. He said he's gonna, be the closure.
That's it.
But what I also love is the conversation that I heard behind. They probably don't even know I heard it, where they're talking about, whether one could get on the other and how they might argue or might talk, but it's about the end result. You've worked with people who have been successful, Coach Martinez. How is it so important to make sure to be able to have those off the field conversations, to know that in the heat of the battle, we can have our conversation, but it's how we resource and get back to each other as a coaching staff that is going to win the championship because you guys are always on the same page?
Disagreements might happen. And hopefully they're few and far apart, but they're going to happen. And when they happen, the disagreements are still for the same goal you're trying to achieve at the end of the day. It's trying to produce the best product you have with the best athletes that you have and put it all together. Might have a conversation about a certain situation, everything. But once that's done and we still come up with the conclusion, at the end of the day, it's still for the same goal, is to win each and every day and to get a first down each and every time. So that's the thing about when you talk about a coach's disagreement or an argument, I mean, it's not even that. It's about the same goal that we have. We just got to discuss it out. And the one thing about it, I'm pretty sure coach has it, is when you do that, you don't bring up I got to say it. You don't bring up an opinion. When you're trying to do something and you're talking to your head coach, you bring up fact. That way he can adjust it and evaluate it by fact, not an opinion. And that's one of the things that I know that he's heard about, but that's what I bring to the table, because if he needs to know something and I don't have that answer for him, that's on me. But usually at the time I'll do it, I'm going to have that for him and have statistical facts for him so he can evaluate it the best way he can.
Man, he straight laid it. I mean, if there was a lay down on the table, that was it right there. And just put it in perspective. And coach, for yourself, you're adding another piece and a key cog to that. And knowing that you can have these conversations, to reset you guys. But he's talking about facts. He's not going to allow players to get to him to where it's like, I got to worry about one player. No, it's the fact of what the situation is, not the fact of what one player could be.
Well, I think, one thing that he just said that stands out to me is, talk about disagreement. So look, when you're in a game on headsets, you got to make a decision within like 30 to 45 seconds, right? So it's not so much disagreement. It's a matter of, look, this is what we all feel. What's the final decision? Whatever the final decision was, which is obviously going to fall on me, we're going to live with it. But I think for me, and I think this is another reason why I'm so glad Coach Martinez understands the value of respecting of coaches, right? Unfortunately, you get a lot of young coaches in this era that they just leave respect out the window. I'm real old school. So if we don't respect each other, we're never going to get anywhere. And so I think that's another reason why I'm so excited about the way we're building the coaching staff. We just all have this well-deserved and revered respect for one another, that it's not going to be a disagreement. It's just going to be us coming to a finality so we can make it. And look, whatever decision, do I hope that every decision we make collectively as a group is successful? Yeah, that'd be great, right? But that's not going to happen. What is going to happen is that we're going to live with the decision that we make, and we're going to stay united, and there's going to be a lot more good decisions than bad, and that's ultimately going to lead to us winning a lot of football games.
Absolutely.
Right? But I'm not egotistical enough to know that I don't have a ton of things I could learn from this man. I mean, the guy's coached with another coach that I consider, someone that I look up to, a Hall of Famer, in Haran O'Neal. He's been around the game for a long. Like, it'd just be crazy for me not to take advantage of the asset.
Coach, of course, a lot of people might question Salina's now in the NAL. They have a team. What makes the change for you? I don't know where you were with him prior. How do people understand that transition for you?
It would be a very small group who understands it or even knows it. The one thing for the collective group, it's a good thing for me to be here and to compete against Salina. And everybody involved with that. To answer that question, like I said, it's a small group who do know that I'm here. And is there any ill will feelings or anything of that nature towards them? No. Let's just play ball, and that's what it is. And I'm here to compete, and I'm here to try to win to win another championship. And that's what I'm here for. So,
but don't get it twisted. We're going to win those games against Salina.
Oh, no, I feel you. And that it adds to it. But of course, that question.
I just, like Coach said, I worked for a great head coach, and I don't want to give any headline things or locker
No,
room posters up
That's
there.
not what
So,
this is
no,
about for sure. It's
no.
just an
So,
understanding.
it was a great 8 years there. We went to and Ricky we went to 4 national championships. We won 1 out of the 4. And then the last 2 years we were in the AFL, in the AF1, in which we finished in the top 4 each and every year of that. So it's a great organization there too. And then, as Coach knows, they're going to put together a pretty good staff and a pretty good team as well for us to go ahead and compete against.
No, Coach O'Neill and I co-chair a committee together. I'm sure he's going to text me for that little statement I just made. So I probably got myself in trouble. Sorry, Coach.
Well, another question is of course, you've been, like you just said, in a couple leagues. What are some things that you're noticing between, like, obviously you said the IFL, the AFL one, and now the NAL? What do you see different in each league that maybe not so much what's better, but what things are going good for each league?
For the AFL, I'm glad that they have enough teams to compete in it and have enough teams in each division to have a good league. It's a good league. It's different. It's totally different. It's arena football, and there's a lot of things different, as Coach knows, towards the game. With our game, that's where I started at in Colorado, was indoor football. It's so a fan themselves, when they go to the games, or just a person that we meet off the street and they come to the game, or we invited them to the game. You don't need an encyclopedia to understand of what we're doing. It is basically football. I mean, you have receivers, you have a running back, you have a linebacker, and there's no rules to just restrict the ball players of what they're doing. It's basically football. So I think I've always said this, and no disrespect even to the league I was in. It's a tough league, and Coach knows that. He's been in it.
Yeah.
But I like the rules and everything to the indoor game as composed to the arena football league. That's the only difference. But both leagues are great. Trust me. I mean, I have no complaints to either one.
What is your coaching history that people should know about, and how far does it go back? And what's kind of been your reason to continue to grow yourself at different places?
Well, okay. 1993, I got my first coaching job. It was at Thomas Jefferson High School there in Denver, and I got hired after I chased my dream for a while. 1993, I got hired as a defensive back coach, and from there I grew as a defensive coordinator. Not multiple high schools, 3 other high schools in Colorado. Did everything, and then worked for Coach Barnett at the University of Colorado. Did that for a while. And then
So were you there the years that they actually got us when they got Nebraska?
one time, but there's been many Friday afternoons that we played against, especially the last one when I was at CU. And I think it's 2003, and we just won the Northern Championship, but we lost to Iowa State, and then we lost to Colorado. And Callahan was your coach there.
Oh, so when Chris Brown, he's still running? You know, he's still running for another touchdown, right?
And Corey Ross.
And Corey, good old Corey Ross.
And,
okay.
And I coached Corey Ross at Thomas Jefferson High School, and his big brother Roger Ross, who played at KU.
Okay. So a little history there for everybody to know that. Just know you never know how the connections back to Omaha can come, or to Nebraska.
That brief resume clip right there should answer any questions as to why I brought that up.
Oh, man. I mean, Coach Barnett, I remember when he flew in on a plane in like 2001 when I worked down at the airport. I remember getting off a plane doing some recruiting in the area. So after Colorado, then what, Coach?
After Colorado, just worked for some other camps and all that. And then a good friend of mine, well, I coached with him at Centaurus High School, and he even coached here with the Omaha Beef, and I couldn't come at the time. In about 1997, 98, Colin Sanders, he had the job with the Colorado Ice at the time, and it was always my ambition to coach this type of an athlete who's had 4 years of college experience, great coaching, been to professional camps, all that. I wanted to test my communication and my teaching skills to that type of an athlete to make sure that I can still communicate with them and teach them and get them better and get their respect. And gladly it's worked out, and hopefully I can still continue to do that. That was my always goal. Was friends with Coach Shanahan, Coach Kubiak, Mr. Elway, everything in Denver. In fact, recruited their kids when they were in high school to come into Thomas Jefferson High School or Montbello High School when I was coaching to play with us, because we were sending athletes. And that's how I got attention from all the colleges. We were sending athletes at Thomas Jefferson anywhere at least of 5 to 7 at a time to D1 schools out of Denver.
Nice.
So yes, I got a lot of attention there, but I always wanted those athletes to go here, but they did their own career, Cherry Creek, Regis, Bella Christian, but yes, I did. So I knew them quite well. Even Ed McCafferty and Lisa, so knew them well. Not only do I do professional football, but I'm also a college and high school basketball official, so I get to see a lot of athletes. Yeah.
Okay. See, this is the stuff that people just probably. I mean,
They
I could
didn't
tell you
know.
so many people had probably no idea, even that have played for him, have no idea. And this is what I love about what we get to do on any of this is we go beyond just the touchdowns, the scores, the what you're going to run for defense. We get to know who you are, Coach, and I appreciate you coming to Omaha.
I do too. I'm so happy to be
Hey,
here.
let's make sure we recognize. So, you just clicking on it. So, Coach Loban from Sioux City says, Coach Martinez, I absolutely love that guy. He's a real one. You got to get over. I can't read it all.
How can you not read it
You
all?
took the mouse.
It's right here.
Oh, I'm reading over here. All right. Never mind. So look, and I'm going to use this as an opportunity. So there was a recent another podcast where there was concerns about the respect between Sioux City and Omaha. That maybe it was we were losing that. That right there is what it's all about, right? It's so much bigger than our individual. There's so much history. Coach Loban, appreciate the comment. Appreciate you giving Coach Martinez.
What's
a
up,
shout.
Coach?
Just even checking in.
man.
That's what I appreciate.
Coach,
like
man,
that.
I miss you.
That's good stuff.
That's good
I
stuff.
missed you. I missed you, Coach.
Just know when we're on the field, it's a different thing.
Yeah.
But off the field, it just adds to what we do because it's mutual respect for it all.
And I'm going to say this. They just hired Coach Josh Resignalo in Sioux City. I'm going to use this opportunity to say congratulations. Everybody thinks that him and I have a tumultuous and fire relationship. Couldn't be further from the truth. We're just competitive people. So thank you, Coach Lowe, for coming on and showing respect
Thank
for
you,
our new
Coach.
edition. And,
Can't wait to see you.
Can't wait to see you. Yeah.
Coach Negron, I mean, he talked about all this history. He talked about, names that people recognize and being around. That's the thing that you've said that with the Omaha Beef is about is bringing people together that have these different connections, different knowledge, and different assets. Because as Ricky has said multiple times, he knows a lot.
Yeah.
But I could tell you if I went with what the wife wanted because we're moving and I said no podcast,
Right.
This would not have happened live as it's happened.
Right.
Because he knew he wanted the right person to find the live button.
Yes.
He would still be searching with the mouse. What does it mean to have Coach here?
It just, again, it gives me an opportunity. First off, I'm giving the guys something, right? Because he brings something to the table that us other coaches do not, right? I mean, when we had a meeting with some of the local veteran guys, they didn't know I was bringing him to come to the meeting. And they were ecstatic. They were so excited that he's there because he's made an impact on these guys, even as our opponent, right? So think about that. It's you can always make an impact when you're coaching your own team, but when you make an impact on guys positively as an opponent, I think that means just as much, if not even more. And again, I'm going to reiterate, I'm still in the young stages of my career, man. I'm not going anywhere. So to me, it's like having another book to read on how to elevate my career. He's going to create balance in our coach's office. He's going to be real and raw with me. He's going to tell me when I'm doing good. He's going to tell me when I'm doing bad. He's going to hold me accountable to be the type of coach that he knows I want to be. And that's going to make us a better team. Couldn't be more thankful that he's here.
Coach, what should the Omaha Beef fans know about you outside of football and kind of who is Coach Martinez when it's not coaching not football.
I want to become their friend here in the community. Always meet somebody. When you see me, please just say hi. Introduce yourself. I'm very open, as Ricky knows that. I like talking to new people. I go out. I'm in the community. I'm not shy at all. So when I'm out there and I'm just sitting alone, because I will be alone, just please come and say hi to me. Introduce yourself. I'll introduce myself, give you a card, let you know what we're doing, ask questions. I mean, just being a part of the community is what I want to be about.
Well, once again, welcome to Omaha.
Thank you.
Nice to officially meet you since someone else didn't introduce us.
Here we go.
Here we go. You know, why would I introduce him to the host of the show and the guy who hypes us up?
Just want to make sure that everybody knows that when I worked for Coach at CU, he did let me also do his summer camps as well.
Oh, see, we love those camps, especially with South Omaha Athletics that is starting up. We have the last signups, I believe, is this Saturday. Make sure to check them out.
Registration.
I think last year we had 10 teams.
Yeah.
They were very productive, and they're helping kids get to the next level. Yes, this is what I want to show. David Workman, this is one of our rump roasters. So I hope make sure the rump roasters get Coach Martinez out and about. David is going to be one of those good guys to contact. David, thanks for putting that out there. You're not alone with the Beef family, Beef Nation. Welcome, Coach Martinez.
Oh, thank you. Thank
you very much. Bobby said
Josh Neal over there throwing out the fire.
That's
emojis.
right. Bobby saying it as well. Welcome to Omaha, Coach. And then Joshua Neal out there saying it. We appreciate you guys. You know, this is what it's about. You know, we're about wrapping up a show. As you saw, Ricky said earlier, we have a big announcement coming up. Make sure to check those socials because that is where we keep you up to date. We let you know when things are happening. We have a video coming up as well. Herd at Sports is going to be our host for our 2026 away game watch parties. We have big news coming up this weekend. I don't know what it is, but I know the NAL and Ricky are working. They're going to be announcing some
I don't
things.
even know what it is.
We don't need to know. We're just going to listen and watch.
I didn't even know there's something, man.
So make sure to watch for that.
Ricky.
And then, of course, as you know, as we did last year, and as we just finished with our college football playoff championship, we have our watch party for the Super Bowl. Who do you got? Patriots or the Seahawks, Coach?
Patriots.
Oh, it's the Seahawks.
I'm never Ricky, who do you got? Seahawks, because they beat St. Louis. He says he's off the camera. Put your comment down below. Oh, man, this dude just straight kicked me in the... But anyways, make sure to put that comment down below.
Let me help my host, as always. It's not St. Louis. It's the LA Rams. They haven't been in St. Louis in years.
Come on, man. Let me be who I be.
And we steal the Denver Broncos. That's why I'm very upset about. Yeah, so I'm going to take the Patriots.
Okay, all right. See, I like that. But remember, it is across the way from the Slaughterhouse. You love to come here and watch the football.
Yes.
Come across the way. I hope I'm saying the right thing, that our rump roasters are going to be there. We might have to do another quick cut here this weekend to make that video, but it is next Sunday, not this Sunday, the 8th.
Yep.
Game is we get together, what, 3:30? Game 4:30?
No, game 6:30, I think.
It's late, yeah.
It's late?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we can get together.
Well, we still get together an hour before
Yeah.
DJ starts, and then we have prizes, as you know, just like we did for the college football. We greatly appreciate all those who join us on here. Join us there. We love you guys, but make sure to watch out. Social media is about to send you something here this weekend.
Thank you, 42 degrees.
42 degrees. Penn
Steel
Steel.
Manufacturing.
Thank you, everybody.
We
Thank
appreciate you.
All our new sponsors, everybody. Thank you. Thank you
Yes,
so
sir.
much.
The standard is the standard. We set the standard.